Well, good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. We begin tonight with news from the east coast of the island. The Monrepo Youth and Sports Council wishes to inform supporters, well-wishers and the general public that the annual Independence Road Relay is slated for Sunday, 18 February 2018. This event has established itself as one of the most attractive and keenly followed athletic events on the sporting calendar. Over the years, it has attracted runners from neighboring Martinique. This year will be the 29th staging of the relay. Meanwhile, the Kevin Malcolm 5K Memorial will be held on Saturday, 10 February 2018. The Kevin Malcolm Memorial 5K honors the memory of the late Kevin Malcolm and will be used as a fundraiser. Monies raised will be utilized to create and support a fund in his name to sponsor needy students of the Monrepo Combined School. Well, the St. Lucia Rugby Football Union wishes to receive expressions of interest for the post of technical director. The technical director will develop and execute a rugby development program that will meet the objectives of the strategic plans as expressed by the executive of the St. Lucia Rugby Football Union. Now, the duration of the contract is 2 years, which is renewable upon mutual agreement at the end of the contract period. Interested individuals must submit their intentions on or before 12 noon at the end of February 2018. This must be done via email. That's stluciarugby@gmail.com. Well, the quarterfinals of the ever-exciting Caribbean Alliance Gold Cup will get underway tomorrow at the Philip Marston Grounds in Vieux-Fort at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Ansoray Veterans will take on Valley Legends. At 8 p.m., in perhaps the game of the tournament so far, Central Vieux-Fort will take on Vieux-Fort South. This, as we say, is the battle of the T's as tight as TT Elva versus T-Goat. Should be fun. On Sunday from 5 p.m., top-ranked the Soufrière Veterans. They come up against Jerome, but that's featuring Jerome Barboy Seville will do battle against last year's third-place finishers, Mico Veterans. And at 7 p.m., the informed Dennery All Blacks will take on the guys from up north, the Grosley Veterans. The following weekend, we'll see the start of the Flow Plate semi-finals. VSADC taking on Flow Lancers, followed by CARICOM Masters taking on Labui Connections. Well, the 2018 DJ Dunga Marcusson Cup kicks off tomorrow at the Larissos playing field. The competition, which last year featured teams from Dennery North and Dennery South, will now also feature teams from Monrepo, Mico and Deriso. Last year, thousands of fans flocked the Larissos playing field for the grand finale. This year, sports-loving communities such as Deriso will also be in the mix. On Saturday at 5 p.m. at Bryson, they take on DCYO, while at 7 p.m. Strikers, they clash against Rovers United. West Indies Under-19 skipper Emmanuel Stewart appealed to umpires in an Under-19 World Cup game against South Africa, and the opener Jefferson Pile was given out obstructing the field. Now the youngster wishes he'd never done it. I asked a question and it was given out based on the laws and the rules of the game, said Stewart. The umpires had no choice but to give Pile, who had batted well for his 47, out. But on reflection, it wasn't in the spirit of the game. I think moving forward, I would have withdrawn the appeal, and that's how I see it, he added. Well, 2 years ago, Kimo Paul committed a man card on Zimbabwe batsman Richard Ngavara after he backed up too early. Then there was a great deal of fuss made about the spirit of the game. The second incident of controversy in the same tournament did not impact the game too much, as South Africa still ran out 76-run winners, boosting the defending champions out of the tournament at the first stage. Meanwhile, to date, 3 teams have qualified for the quarterfinals of this World Cup in contrasting styles. India, they defeated Zimbabwe by 10 wickets. Zimbabwe scored 154, India 155 without loss. Now, West Indies are currently in battle against Kenya. That match got underway at 5:30 p.m. The most interesting match of the day is the clash between South Africa and New Zealand, scheduled for 8 p.m. Windward Island Volcano Veterans batsman, that's Devon Smith's hope of finishing as the tournament's all-time run scorer in a season, took a big hit after being dismissed for a duck in the first innings of the regional 4-day match against Leeward Islands at Bonner Park on Thursday. Heading into the final round of the competition, Smith was just 56 runs short of reaching the 1,000-run mark. The feat was previously achieved by batsmen Nassim Dion-Ryan, 1,068, Ronaka Morton, 1,010, and Floyd Reefer, 1,002. Perhaps, however, the pressure of the moment proved a bit too much for the 36-year-old veteran. Smith faced just a single delivery delivery at the top of the order before being caught by Jamal Hamilton off the bowling of Jeremiah Louis. Prior to that, Smith had been in red-hot form for the Windward Island Volcanoes this season after scoring 944 runs at an average of 78.66. Smith has so far managed 5 centuries and 1 half-century. After winning the toss and electing to bat, the Windwards were dismissed for 197 before the Leewards responded. The batsman will now have to turn his focus to the second innings. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, a names list of boxers traveling to Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome back. The St. Lucia Boxing Association will be sending 4 St. Lucian boxers to Trinidad and Tobago in preparation for the Commonwealth Games, so says President of the St. Lucia Boxing Association, David Chicks Christopher. The event, which is dubbed Boxing with the Trinidad and Tobago Boxing Association, rings off on Sunday, 21st January 2018. The event, which will take place at the Camp David Bed and Breakfast, will also be used for preparation for the CAC Games. The boxers heading to Trinidad include Nathan Ferrari, Marvin Anthony, Lyndon, the Russian Marseille, and Kareem Boyce. The coach accompanying the team is Darius Setut. Well, surprisingly, or rather unsurprisingly, West Indies players failed to feature in the 2017 ICC Awards as they struggled in both Tests and ODIs over the last year. In addition, no West Indies players were selected to the International Cricket Council Test and One-Day Teams of the Year, announced by the world governing body. Opener Craig Brathwaite was the Windies' best batsman during the period under consideration, gathering 1,034 runs from 13 matches at an average of nearly 45. In the bowling, fast bowler Shannon Gabriel claimed 44 wickets, while leg spinner Devendra Bushu, he ended with 43. In ODI, Shea Hope was the Windies' leading scorer with 787 runs at an average of 35, while Captain Holder picked up 36 scalps with his medium pace, below average performances by all West Indians in 2017. Well, superstar Chris Gayle headlines several top-tier West Indies players who will join over 1,000 players in a highly anticipated Indian Premier League auction, which is scheduled for month-end. The veteran left-hander was released by Royal Challengers Bangalore earlier this month and is now expected to find himself in a bidding war in the 2-day auction on January 28th and 29th, 2018. According to IPL organizers, 1,122 players have signed up for the draft, with 39 Caribbean players amongst the 282 overseas entrants. Much of the spotlight will fall on Gayle, who remains one of the most sought-after names in international franchise cricket. He will be joined in the option by Kieron Pollard, who was also released by Mumbai Indians after 8 seasons on their roster. All-rounder Dwayne Bravo and Carlos Brathwaite, along with Test captain Jason Holder and opener Evan Lewis, are the other prominent West Indies players involved in the auction. Champion off-spinner Sunil Narine and exciting all-rounder Andrew Russell have avoided the auction after they were retained by Kolkata Knight Riders. The trio of Lindell Simmons, Dwayne Smith and Samuel Badri, all of whom are regulars in the IPL, will also come under the hammer in the auction. Brazil legend Pelé is in hospital after collapsing on Thursday with exhaustion. The 77-year-old was due to travel to London this weekend for a dinner held in his honor by the Football Writers Association, FWA. Pelé, the only player to win 3 World Cups, has undergone a series of tests which appear to point to severe exhaustion, said FWA. He is on fluids while doctors monitor his recovery. Thankfully, there's no suggestion of anything more serious. Pelé has been taken to hospital for kidney and prostate problems in recent times. Widely regarded as the greatest player of all time, Pelé scored 1,281 goals in 1,363 appearances during his 21-year career, including 77 goals in 91 appearances for Brazil. He helped his country win the 1958, the 1962 and 1970 World Cups and was named FIFA's Player of the Century. Wow, no one even close to that. Well, finally, our so sad moment of the week. Chicago Bulls player Chris Dunn was on fire. The player took the ball across the court to execute a dunk that was supposed to raise the roof. But this is what happened.
The drive, the spin, stolen by Dunn. Dunn rockets down and dunks.
Oh, boy, he fell on his face. Oh, man, he's hurt. Wow, he fell to the face. Oh, man. Wow.
Did the rim kind of throw?
Dunked the ball, and he's just gonna right here. He just loses his.
Oh, he lost that. He kind of let go of the
man.
rim.
Ooh. Wow. Boy, he took a spill. Now watch right here. He went face first into the wood. Boom. Wow.
Wow, I wonder what would have been said if that happened in front of a St. Lucian crowd. So sad. That's what the DBS News continues after the break.